Today we'll take a look at a new script I built, which uses the Google's new Veo-2 API to actually create small clips and actually bring them together by writing a script from scene descriptions. Let's see what this looks like. So this was entirely generated in parallel using the script, using Veo-2 API. We generate the scenes using GPT-4o JSON mode, and then the scene descriptions, and then generate the scenes in parallel. So Veo-2 API was announced today, and I wanted to try it out. If you wanted a quick starter code, you can find it under video generation in aigoogle.dev is their documentation. And if you scroll down, you'll find some sample code. You can also do image to video, but we'll cover that in another video. So to make this happen, essentially we need OpenAI and Gemini. Here we are, and also the movie Pi, which is in requirements, but make sure to install only this version, 1.0.3. If you do want to do something like this, that was an issue I ran into. By the way, we're going to talk about the code, but you can download the script from my Patreon. A link will be in the description and in the comment. So we define our GPT model as GPT-4o, and here is the video model. We specify an output folder. As you can see, each scene was generated separately, and then we combine them. We specify the JSON file for scene descriptions, combine file for the video. Number of scenes we can specify here, like 3, 5. In this case, I specified 5, but scene 3 actually failed. If the API is being hammered pretty hard, then you're going to get some errors. You can set parallel generation to false or true. Set it to false, obviously, for better generation. But you can set it to true, and it will use concurrent features to generate them in parallel. We set the length of video to 5. It can generate from 3 to 5 seconds. We say if the video generation fails, we retry 3 times, waiting 5 seconds each time. We initialize our API clients, and we have a function to generate the scenes. Here we are using GPT-4o with JSON JSON in JSON mode. We give it an instruction to create the scenes. You can read through this, and we give it an example format as how we expect the scenes to be generated. And this is what it looks like when it is generated. For example, these scenes were generated from this user input, a macro camera documentary in a backyard grass. I would actually like to run this, but I have already reached my limit. It is 50 generations per day, and be mindful of generating, knowing that you have 50 generations per day and 2 per minute. Yeah, you can just simply enter your prompt here and it will generate, but my generations will fail because I've hit my limit, so we'll skip that part. Anyway, this function generates scenes, generates the scene descriptions, and then we have function to generate a single video, which takes in a scene index, scene prompt, and makes retries. And essentially, in a while loop to check for the retries, calls the video generation model, which we specified up here, Veo-2 generate 001. So it is quite a lot of parameters you can pass, such as person generation. You can set it to allow adult or not, aspect ratio, number of videos, duration. To find out what else is available, you can actually hover over it or control click it and see which options are available, such as resolution, person generation. If you do image to video, person generation has to be don't allow. That's just one of the rules. Okay, and then we have save video. This will actually just save our video to the files. Save scenes to JSON. This will save the scene descriptions to a JSON file. And then combine videos function, which actually uses the clips, which we are using from movie.py to actually combine the videos. And in our main.py, we take in a user input, generate the scenes for the scene descriptions, create the folders, and then if we parallel generation set to true, we use thread pool executor to try to generate videos in parallel. Otherwise, we loop over them and generate them in sequence, and then we just save everything, and it results in something like this. It's pretty cool, actually. I will explore this more. This really opens up quite a lot of possibilities. Anyway, like I said, you can download this from my Patreon by joining my AI community. When you do that, you'll also gain access to my 1000x cursor course and my 1000x lab meetings for architect patrons. So the 1000x cursor course is made up of 46 independent chapters, 26 hours of content. So there's quite a lot of information in here if you're interested on fast tracking your cursor journey. And 1000x Labs is actually my meetings. There's currently 30 videos here that I do live with my patrons, so you can ask me questions. We do live coding, cover the latest news. So there is, I think, close to almost 50 hours of content here as well. And if you want to find out more about my other videos, you can visit my website, echohive.live, watch all my videos, and download the code for each one of them as well. Thank you for watching.